If you had $400 million in the bank, would you keep showing up for work if you're 85 fucking years old and you're in a job that pays 170 grand a year? I'd look at that paycheck every week. I'd be like, I'm good.
Welcome to Rogan Recap Show, where we squeeze a 2 hours and 45 minutes into about 15 minutes so you catch the big ideas, the wild moments, and the takeaways in one quick hit. This week, Joe sits down with actress and political insider Cheryl Hines, known for her iconic role on Curb Your Enthusiasm and as the wife of presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Cheryl offers a rare behind-the-scenes look at the brutal realities of modern politics, the media's relentless narratives, and the surprising personal cost of being connected to power. It's not about public service but a relentless pursuit of power and wealth. But what if the system is designed for them to win, not us? Turns out, the real game isn't in elections, but in exploiting loopholes you didn't even know existed. This conversation quickly dives into the cult-like nature of extreme politics. Cheryl, having lived through the intense scrutiny of a presidential campaign, shares firsthand how tribalism distorts reality.
It is a natural human instinct when you are rejected by your tribe to feel terrified and filled with anxiety. But that's why people do it. And that's what encourages groupthink. Yeah. Because you're terrified and you wind up agreeing to things that are fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know what you're agreeing to. You just don't want to be rejected by your tribe.
Yeah.
This is how they keep people involved in these, where ideologies eventually become cults.
Yes.
And I think you can make a really good argument at both the right and the left that in a certain section of each one of these political parties, it's a cult.
Yes, because most of us are sort of in the center.
Yes.
Right? And then you have the 10% on this side, the 10% on this side that are so extreme and loud, and they keep everybody fired up. And it is cult-like.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird to watch intelligent people get captured in it. I was just watching this video with Bill Maher, and Bill Maher had Adam Carolla on. And Bill Maher was talking about how Jimmy Kimmel won't talk to him anymore. Like, they have this, spat because of politics. Bill Maher is very much a left-wing person.
Yeah.
He has been his whole life. He has not changed his opinions at all.
Yeah.
But he's always been very reasonable and willing to criticize the left as well as the right.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was because he had dinner with Trump and he met with him, which is just crazy. You're not supposed to talk to people that are the president of the United States.
It is crazy. I know. I was just talking to Bill Maher, and we were talking about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he was like, said exactly what you said.
It's
I sat down and had dinner with the president, and people went insane. Yeah, and so people, listen, I know that feeling because even when Bobby started running for president, even when he started running as a Democrat, people were angry.
Well, they're just...
Democrats were angry.
They're just mean. Like, when it comes to politics, people just get so mean. It's like, these are not the type of...
Joe expands on this, highlighting how fear of rejection by one's tribe can lead intelligent people to endorse increasingly extreme ideologies. The discussion then pivots to the media's role in this, particularly how narratives are controlled and manipulated. Joe recounts his own red-pilled moment during the pandemic, realizing how easily mainstream sources can misrepresent the truth. He argues that his personal experience with COVID and reading RFK Jr.'s book on Fauci fundamentally shifted his trust in established institutions.
I was like, okay, these experts are clearly lying. I know they're lying because they're literally lying about me, right? So,
which was crazy. So when you're in it and you know who you are and you know how you're feeling and what your body is doing, and other people, news outlets are saying, that's not true. It's got to feel so weird.
Well, it felt really weird because they weren't addressing the fact that I was healthy. That was crazy. So you're talking about this massive pandemic, and you've got this guy in his 50s. You know, I'm supposed to be a vulnerable person, and I'm in my 50s, and I got over it in a couple of days, and I'm telling everybody how I did it, and they're saying that I'm some quack who's taking veterinary medicine.
Right.
Which is was just a flat out lie, but it was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird to watch. It didn't give me anxiety. It made me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
Because fortunately, during this entire time period, I was doing stand-up and hanging out with comedians. We all thought it was so funny. Like, bro, CNN is so full of shit. This is crazy.
See, and
I never would have believed it.
Yeah, and you have this outlet, and you were able to talk about it.
Right.
And tell people. So it's like,
They
Luckily.
weren't picking. They thought they were picking on me because they
Yeah.
thought they were the bully. But during the whole exchange, they went, "Oh my God, this thing's way bigger than we thought it was."
Yeah.
So my show was like 10 times more listeners and viewers than their show, which is
Right.
crazy. Because all I can do is come on here and go, "Are you fucking out of your? Do I need to sue you people? You guys are cracked."
It is crazy.
It's crazy. It's,
so you saw things firsthand
Yeah.
that you hadn't experienced before.
Yeah. And then when I read Bobby's book, one of the things that I knew about Bobby before
The Fauci book, or
Yes, the real Anthony Fauci,
Yeah.
which was just, I would read it, I would listen to it on audio tape in the sauna. So I'm sitting there cooking at 196 degrees, or well, you're already kind of freaking out because
yeah,
you can
you're
only
already
stay
mad
in there
'cause you're
so
hot.
long before you die.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole.
This skepticism extends to historical medical practices, with both Joe and Cheryl pointing out past scientific consensus that proved harmful, from X-ray technicians developing cancer to thalidomide. They question why, given this history, people are so quick to accept current narratives without critical examination, especially concerning pharmaceuticals. This leads to a broader critique of how information is suppressed and how individuals are ostracized for questioning the official story. The conversation takes a fascinating turn into the nature of political power and corruption, specifically focusing on insider trading in Congress. Joe highlights the suspicious wealth accumulation of long-serving politicians like Nancy Pelosi, suggesting that their true motivation for staying in office isn't public service. The implication is clear. The system allows for massive personal enrichment, and the revolving door between government and industry ensures it continues.
That's a gross thing that they do.
Yeah.
Where there's this revolving door between the FDA and all these other departments and then these other corporations. So you leave and then you get this amazing job working for the very corporation that you were regulating.
Yeah.
Like if you were doing a good job, wouldn't they want to have nothing to do with you?
Yeah.
Like this asshole kept us from making billions of dollars. And
Yeah.
we're going to hire him and give him $2 million in a consulting job. Consulting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
It's kind of a way to pay people off. Seems like it. Someone like me on the outside, I'm just looking at it logically.
Just looking at it from my point of view, yeah, of course.
Yeah, it seems like it.
That's why.
And it's legal somehow or another. That's a weird loophole that should be closed up. You should not be able to regulate an industry and then leave immediately and go work for said industry
Yes.
and make a shit ton of money.
Well, right.
Because it
This
seems
is also
like maybe you guys
maybe
talked.
somebody is doing something.
Maybe
Yeah,
somebody talked.
that's why. But a lot of people don't like Bobby. Bobby's like
Well, he calls people
Not-
out on that stuff.
fucking around with this.
Yeah. The Sackler family one is nuts because
It
it doesn't
is.
seem like they're in trouble. It doesn't seem
No.
like there was a deal, a sweetheart deal, where they were going to give a certain amount of money, a small percentage of the amount that they profited. And then that would also make them immune to prosecution. But then a judge pulled that deal right after the documentary came out or the docuseries came out. But then you never heard another thing about it. So
No.
let's put this on ice for a little bit and just everybody shut the
That's
fuck
another
up.
thing I'm gonna have to look up tonight.
Everybody shut the fuck up. And then it never made it in the
we
news
talk about it.
anymore. And
Yeah.
it just kind of drifted
Nobody
away.
talks about it.
But that family is responsible for the death of who knows how many people.
Yeah.
Ruined who knows how many lives.
Yeah.
Destroyed families, destroyed children. I mean, think about if your dad's hooked on opiates and you become homeless and you're a child, what kind of fucking crazy path does your life take where it would have never taken that path if your doctor didn't sell your dad something that completely addicts him to it
Right.
and imprisons him.
Right.
Imprisons him in a life of just fucking horrible addiction.
Well, that's why.
This segues into a chilling discussion about the Epstein files. Joe and Cheryl unpack the bizarre and deeply disturbing nature of Epstein's operation, not just as a sex trafficking ring, but as a sophisticated blackmail and influence network. They explore how powerful and respected individuals were drawn in, and the chilling thought that similar operations might be ongoing today, undetected. The origin story of the Epstein investigation, sparked by a high school fight, underscores how easily such dark truths can remain hidden. Now for the Rogan scorecard, our playful meta-review of the episode. First up, the curse-o-meter. Joe and Cheryl keep it real, dropping expletives where they count, but it's far from a full-blown F-bomb festival. Just enough to season the conversation. Next, the rabbit hole rating. This one goes deep. From ant colonies to political corruption to the Epstein files, prepare for some serious mental gymnastics. And finally, guest coherence score. And in an age of AI and deep fakes, will discerning truth become an impossible task? Beyond these weekly recaps, We also produce Rogan Deep Dives. These are roughly 30-minute topic anthologies that synthesize high-impact clips from various JRE episodes into a structured, entertaining narrative. Think comprehensive overviews of Joe Rogan's stance on recurring themes like aliens, DMT, or ancient civilizations. So, if you crave even more Rogan insights, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. All links for this episode, Cheryl's work, and our community poll are waiting for you in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.